So on Friday in class, we talked about standard deviation, which is one of our measures of dispersion, which kind of lets us know, on average, how far away our distances or our values are from the mean. So it's really measuring how spread out our data values are. Here's the formula for calculating standard deviation by hand. This symbol is the Greek letter sigma. It's the lowercase letter, and this is what we use to represent standard deviation. Now the formula, if you look at it, is the square root of the total of each data value minus the mean squared divided by the number of data values you have. So the first thing we have to do is we have to calculate the mean. And then we can go through the rest of the formula using the order of operations. So if we look at this first example, so the following are the absences of 6 sophomores this year. The first thing I would do is I would calculate the mean. When you add those up, you get 21, and since there are 6 of them, when we do 21 divided by 6, we get a mean of 3.5. That's the first thing you have to do. Now here's how I set up my problem to solve for the standard deviation. We need to work through the order of operations for this numerator and get a number value to put in there. So here's what I do. I make a chart. My first column is just going to be my data values, and I'm just going to write those in vertical form instead of horizontal. Okay? Working through the order of operations, the next thing I would do is I would work what's inside the parentheses, and that tells me take each data value and subtract the mean. Okay? Well, we already found our mean to be 3.5, so I'm going to take each one of these numbers and subtract 3.5. That will give me the following values. The next part of order of operations is to work any exponents. This is telling me now take those answers and square them. So that will be my next column of answers. So when I square negative 1.5, please remember anything squared is positive. You should not have any negative answers in this area. 1.5 squared is 2.25. 3.5 squared is 12.25. 0.5 squared is 0.25. And I would just go through and I would square all of these answers. After that column, the next thing in the numerator is uppercase sigma, which stands for the sum of, which tells me I need to add up that column. When I add up that column, I will get 29.5. And this is my numerator for my formula. So now I'm ready to do the standard deviation. My standard deviation is going to be the square root of 29.5 divided by 6. And again, I have 6 because I had 6 numbers in my problem. Well, when I do 29 divided by 6, or 29.5 divided by 6, I get about 4.92. And when I do the square root of 4.92, my standard deviation is going to be about 2.2. And what that lets me know is that on average, my data values are about 2.2 steps or units away from the mean.